Hello there. My name is Roger Fothergill, and I should be in Africa at the moment, telling the folks there the stories of Jesus, the passages you get in the Gospels, which just are like shining a floodlight on our Lord. And I'm going to share with you this time about John chapter 8. Right at the beginning, you've got the Pharisees who are trying to find some way of getting Jesus, capturing him, trying to get him to say something wrong. So they bring in to where he's teaching in the temple, they bring in a woman caught in adultery. And they say to Jesus, this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. The Mosaic law says that you should stone such people. What do you say? And if you check the Mosaic law, that a couple found in adultery, the man and the woman and the man should be brought before the council, and the punishment was stoning. So the first question is, we only have the woman here. So what's that indicating? Jesus himself, he actually bends down and he writes on the ground. Then he straightens up and he says, anyone here who has not sinned, is sinless, in other words, can throw the first stone. And then he bends down again and writes in the ground. And it's very interesting what it says. It says that they departed one at a time, the oldest ones first. And that's very interesting, because when I was in my 30s, I was kind of invincible and thought myself quite a good person, really, and so many other things related to pride and conceit. And now I'm in my 60s, just about to come out of the 60s and into the 70s in May. And one is much wiser. One is much more self-analyzing, if you like. And there's no one without sin. And when you look back on your life from a later stage, you realize the number of things that you've done wrong, which, are sin. So they went away one at a time, the oldest ones first, until Jesus is left alone with the woman there. And he straightens up and he says to the woman, is there nobody to condemn you? And she says, no one, Lord. She's beginning to realize who this guy is. And she says, no one, Lord. And then Jesus says, neither do I condemn you. Go in peace and leave your life of sin. And the incredible thing is, there was one person there in that situation who was qualified to stone her, and that's Jesus himself, because he was sinless, the Son of God. But he forgave her and said to her, leave your life of sin. We can't carry on in sin once we become believers and trust in the Lord for his salvation. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll get on to another one as soon as I can. Bless you. Bye.